Rashford has been making positive steps for change. And a lot of people are upset with the British government because although he has been making positive steps for change to get free school meals for kids, the British government have said, no, thank you. As I said at the beginning of this podcast, I feel like they may back down on this and change this, but we shall see. Depends how much Corona ramps up.
What a legend Marcus Rashford, MBE, is. He is an absolute top lad. He's only 22 years old as well. How sick is that? That you would be campaigning for this when you're 22. What were you doing at 22, Tom? I can tell you, you were doing tequila shots in Ibiza. Same thing you do now, but you were doing it then, and you weren't thinking about the hungry kids of our country. There's many reasons I like this. There's many reasons I like this. One, Manchester United player, best club in the world, one of the best players. Two, genuinely one of the best footballers in the world, right? If this was started by some player in the Championship, you'd be like, great cause and all that sort of stuff. But you think, well, maybe you're just making a name for yourself because you've never done anything, whatever. But he's already having an impressive career at only 22 years old. So he is doing this, even though he is doing well at football. It's not like a side project. Thirdly, the Tory MPs don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. It's so good because they keep trying to attack him or sort of, maybe attack's the wrong word, but sort of just
not attack. No, attack's the wrong word.
Him or make his argument invalid in some way because they're trying to say, like, you don't understand how the economy works. We can't do this. But they keep not remembering that, one, he's super rich, has a great PR team with him, so he is doing well to just be really professional about it all. Two, he's lived the experience. He's literally lived this experience of being a hungry kid in Manchester whose mum struggled to feed all of them. There's, I think, 4 of them, him and his siblings. So he literally lived, so he knows exactly what it's like. So he has that lived-in experience. It's not like a social justice warrior where you've got, like, Leonardo DiCaprio being like, let's save the environment.
Save the planet.
Guys,
save the planet.
Have you seen how amazing these creatures are? These 23-year-old models.
It's actually upsetting my 23-year-old model right now. How sad the pandas are.
She's crying, and it's her birthday next week. And then she will be too old for me, so I will be moving on. But you don't want to upset this poor, beautiful woman, girl. I mean, here she is. So, but he's literally lived the experience, so he knows exactly what he's talking about from a personal point of view. And then also, he's done the reading. He keeps coming back to them, whether it's his team or him or whoever it is. But whatever the Marcus Rashford face of this is, they've done the read. They know the research. They keep coming back to him, and it's so good. And MPs just don't know what to do because now you've just got these Tory MPs who are just tweeting him. Amazing that it's all happening on Twitter as well. It's proper like a rap beef, like a sort of like just like, but bro, you don't understand, yeah? Like he's not easy, is it? Like you can't just say that. But you've literally got this bloody MP for Staffordshire, whatever, just going, well, actually, Marcus, you'd realise if you were trying to run an economy that you can't just be giving away free money like this. And then he going, but you're the one who's not understanding. We're spending this, blah, 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 here, and we could be spending it here, and blah, blah, and it's not about politics. And they're just like, how the fuck are we going to take this guy down? You imagine what people are getting paid? The people getting paid to research some terrible story about him. There must be people working around the clock getting paid that big
smear campaign.
Arms dealer money. Big arms dealer money. Being like, so in year 4 he spat on a girl, did he? Oh, apparently no, it was unreported. It was the wrong person. They must be picking stuff up on him, bro.
Not to shit on that.
Sick brer. He's a sick guy, and he's a hero.
Not to shit on your parade, but actually, unless it's campaign time, which is part of the reasons that MPs make all these gaffes, right, and fuck up all the time, is because they don't have a PR team working for them. The Tory party like that. They don't have someone monitoring all their Twitters and Instagrams.
PRs, bruv.
No, only when it's like campaign season. But it's what, like, no one checks all their Twitters and stuff. No one checks what they put out. But it's just literally they just that's why everyone keeps fucking up. I think they should.
Because it's them, bro. Because they're idiots. So
yeah, I think politicians should have a PR team. It probably stop them fucking it up all the time and tweeting ridiculous stuff. But I don't know.
Man, no, I don't want them to have a BL team because I want them to be themselves, which they are now, which is great because they are idiots being shown. The fact is, they just don't care. They just don't care. They're just like, oh, well, you shouldn't have so many kids and you're just a benefit scrounger and stuff like that. And they just simply, the process of trying to explain to them, there's there's an actual child starving in this country, like not getting the food and they're just like, yeah, but nah, that's not happening. It's not really properly, is it? Did you see that woman who replies? Even even Nigel Farage has come out and condemned the government.
And that is a man who spends his weekends making videos for his YouTube video where he goes to like Premier Inns where migrants are being housed and films them, and that's literally how he spends his weekend.
And taken the moral high ground on this one and gone, well, you should really do something about this. I agree with this. I agree with this young black man from Manchester. Yeah. That is how good the point he's making is, right? Did you see that someone replied to Nigel Farage? This woman replied, being like, I never went hungry as a child. I know when we were hungry, we just go scrumping. There's plenty of apples falling from the orchards.
Oh yeah, I was just go through bins. Like, what the fuck?
Also, just the idea that everyone's got access to an orchard. There's someone go to your local orchard and get some apples.
This isn't like Victorian era where you've got to go scrounging for food. Like, what the fuck?
So funny. But he is also, honestly, man. Another reason I love this is because I massively love football, but footballers get a bad rap. And often, look, fair enough. And also, it's a legacy thing because football in the 80s and 90s is a lot different to what it is now.
Well, also, they also get a bad rap for things like say, for instance, Wan-Bissaka had been up to this weekend. Another Manchester United player decided to cheat on his pregnant wife. What? But yeah, whatever. Yeah, no,
well. That was very funny, though. I didn't know the guy had it in him. He was.